Hi everybody, remember me? um, so I thought I would pop on and make a little bit of an update video, and since it is December 31st today, it is New Year's Eve. I thought it would be appropriate to just kind of make a video just about, looking back on this year and kind of reflecting on how this year went. Um yeah, it's crazy. This 2022 is already over. I feel like it was just yesterday I was like making my video um early on in 2022 when I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and then I made that video of me reading my diary. um I think that was this year, right? That was 2022, not 2021. I'm pretty sure it was 2022. But anyways, yeah, I made some videos earlier this year. And obviously I'm in a very different place now than I was at the beginning of this year, which is good. It's a good thing. I'm very glad things have changed because I was not happy with how things were. So the fact that things have changed and I am in a different space now, and I am doing a lot better, that is amazing. And that was my main goal for the year, was just for things to change and to just be in a different place. And I accomplished that. Which is really incredible, and I'm really happy, and it was really difficult, but I was able to do it. So yeah, to kind of look back, to start off on this year, and I am drinking some vodka cran right now. Sorry, I'm not sick, I swear. I don't have COVID again. I swear this time. Can you believe that it's been that long since COVID? So I initially first got COVID back in 2019, actually the end of 2019. I was in Milan, Italy, and I got COVID, and I didn't know it was COVID at the time. So obviously eventually I came back to America where I live, and then I got really sick, and I'm pretty sure it was COVID because it felt different than like a regular head cold. It was way more severe, but I didn't know what it was at the time. I didn't know what COVID was, so how the hell was I supposed to like do anything? But anyway, that was a weird tangent. I don't have COVID. COVID, I think, is for the most part done, right? I feel like everything's pretty much back to normal, which it only took us 3 years. Good job, guys. But yeah, what was I even saying? What was I saying? I shouldn't be drinking this vodka cran right now. I think I was talking about this, but I'm a little bit tipsy right now, but like not really, because I have to go out later. So I'm just having the one drink, and then I'm gonna be done until I am at my place where I'm going to be for the night. I am spending New Year's Eve at my friend Shannon's place, and we're gonna, get drunk and high and party and ring in the new year, as we should. But yeah, it's crazy. This year was a big year of changes in my life. And it was really hard to make those changes. Initially, I started off this year living in my apartment with my boyfriends. And I've had this very strong feeling of that, like, I needed my life to be different than what it was. I was not happy with where I was at. We lived in this really tiny, crappy little apartment in this really bad part of the town nearby where I live now. And I just hated living there. It was not a great living situation. It was not a great neighborhood. And initially when we moved into that apartment, we were only going to live there a year and then find something better. But then 1 year turned into 2 years, and then 2 years turned into 3 years. And every time I tried to move out of the apartment, my boyfriend just seemed super against the idea. He just wanted to stay there. He didn't like change. And I was like, okay, well, want to go. Like, I want something better than this, and I can do better than this. But he didn't really seem to want to make any kind of changes. So it was really hard for me because I wanted to like respect what he wanted, but at the same time I wanted way more, and I was willing to work for that. But it just ended up being where he was comfortable where we were and wasn't really willing to make that kind of a change right now. And you know, he was still kind of just starting out with things he was doing career-wise. And I of course, as you all probably know, I graduated college end of 2020. I got a really great job that I love, and oh my god, my camera keeps like turning off. I think it's gonna stay on now. Okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, what was I saying? I graduated college, I got a good job, I feel like I am doing fairly well in life. And I just feel like that I really felt trapped where I was, and I really felt stuck where I was, because I felt like I couldn't make any real change in my life until he was ready to do so. Oh my god, so sorry for like the shittier camera quality, but my phone keeps shutting off whenever I try to film anything. So I think that's a sign that I need to get a new phone. So that's one of my goals for 2023 is to get a new phone. Because the phone that I currently have, I have the iPhone XS, I believe. And I've had that thing for years, so I think that's definitely one of my goals is to get a new phone. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying how I felt like I couldn't make any real change in my life until he was ready to do so, which was really hard for me because I don't like feeling stuck in a situation. I don't like feeling that I can't make a change or anything. And ultimately, I thought it was better if I broke things off with him, just so that way I could focus on myself and my life, and you know, actually do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. And that was really hard to do. You know, it was a decision that I kind of went back and forth in my head for a very long time, but it ultimately ended, and I think that was the change that I needed to have happen in my life. We were together for about almost 4 years, which is a long time to be with someone, but I am single now, and I feel amazing, and I feel like I am in such control of my life, and I can really do whatever I want to now, which is an amazing feeling. Right now I am actually sitting in my house. I am actually sitting in my office, which used to be my childhood bedroom, but I did move in with my dad, and him and I share a house together. And it's been really nice living with him again, and I feel like that's really helped our relationship become stronger as well. Obviously, I don't intend on staying here forever, but this is just kind of like a short-term place for me to be. It's like a home base, and I'm really lucky to have this option available to me where I can just have a house to essentially come home to. But I do want to eventually get a place of my own. Right now, the cost of living is really high where I live, so I'm not exactly sure if I will be staying in Vermont or potentially moving away, or buying or renting. I'm not really sure yet. That's all still kind of up in the air. But when I feel like it's time to move on and do something, I feel confident that I'll be able to do that, and that it will be good. Every other time I've moved somewhere, I've moved in with a boyfriend. And I don't recommend that. I I don't recommend that, especially if you're a young woman. You know, one of the things that I really felt like I was missing out on is that I never got the chance to live on my own, like completely by myself, either in an apartment or a house or whatever. So that is something I do want to experience, essentially, is just having a place all to myself and live alone. um, I find that living with other people it's kind of hard for me, just because I'm very much an introvert. I love being alone. So living with someone else, especially someone else who's like loud or, you know, I don't know. My experience living with boys is just that they're very messy, and I always end up having to take care of them in some way. I almost felt like a mother sometimes, and I hated it. I don't recommend it. That is not how it should be at all. So just my advice out there for any young woman like me, uh, don't get yourself into that situation where you are taking care of a man, because it doesn't have to be like that at all. It doesn't have to be like that. And I know better now. I was in that situation 2 different times, but I refuse to get it in a third time. Next time I move out, it's not going to be with boyfriends. I'm just doing it solo. And if I do happen to meet someone, whether that be a girl or a guy or a whoever, you know, I don't know. That's kind of all up in the air. I don't know where my life's gonna go. I don't know who I'm gonna end up with, or if I'm just gonna be alone forever, because I feel like I wouldn't hate that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really glad that I at least figured something out this year. I am in a different place, and I feel like if I was still back at the apartment with my boyfriend, I would be losing my mind right now. Um, but I do feel happy, and I do feel content with my life, and I feel like I can really take it anywhere now, and that's very empowering to me. And you know, who knows what will happen, new jobs, or maybe I'll go back to school, or, you know, new house. Like, the possibilities are endless. But this year alone, I do have to say, has been one of the best years that I've had in, I would say, the last 6 years at least. I did so much this year. I did so much traveling. I went to so many concerts. I got to hang out with so many good people and make amazing memories. And I have loved my job, and I love my coworkers. And it's so weird to say this, but this was a good year for me. And like the past couple years especially have been so shitty. Like, especially 2020. That was like the worst year of my entire life. Losing my mom and having the pandemic and having a lot of mental health problems. But now I'm like stable, I'm in a good place, and I'm traveling, I'm seeing the world, and I'm meeting new people and having new experiences, and it's really incredible. And, you know, now I have my own, well, not my own place, but, you know, I have my own space in my dad's house that I can call mine. You know, I have this office and I have another room, and it's all mine. And it's incredible. I feel so much better. I feel better than I did at the beginning of the year, and I think that is a win. And I really hope next year is just as good. I do have some things planned, and, well, not planned, but I do have some ideas in mind of what I want to do next year. But I definitely want to do a lot more traveling, go to a lot of concerts, be with my friends, and make lots of memories. Because I feel like the point of life is to just have experiences and to just have a good time and to have fun. And that was my goal for this year, was to have fun, and I really do feel like I achieved that goal, and I want to continue that on into 2023. So yeah, if you had a really shitty year this year, I'm so sorry. That's really awful, and you know, I wish the best for you next year. Pour yourself a drink tonight. Unless you have an alcohol problem, then don't do that. Then smoke a bowl. And unless you don't like weed or have a weed problem, then do something that is that is helpful for you. I don't know. But yeah, I really good vibes all around for next year. Let's keep a positive mindset and roll with the punches and know it will all be okay eventually. All right, see you guys. Happy New Year. Ah!